Hi everybody, this is my video on what I pack for my trips, and this is based off of my past experience. This will be the first time with this bike, but past experience and recommendations off of others, and then, you know, just through experience you kind of find out what you need. Now, it may not be the same for everybody. Everybody's different. Some people won't like the tent I have. Some people ask why I carry a winch, you know. There's various needs for everybody, so you just have to you know, look at what you need, the conditions you're riding in. If I was riding to Alaska, I probably wouldn't be packing the same way I'm packing now. So this is just central, you know, Colorado, Utah, Wyoming type area. So I basically I have my Pantiers now on the bike, and basically when I pack everything from the heaviest down on up, and I try to balance it out. This Pantier is a little bit smaller because of the exhaust, so I put some of the heavier stuff over here, and then I pack over here because this one will take more, and they kind of balance out. You want to make sure you keep them kind of even. I carry 2 waterproof bags that tie to the Pantiers. I don't have them tied right now because I just want to show you. And then I have the top case. On top case, I put all my freeze-dry food and food that I'm going to take. And usually, well, like the trip I'm going to take is 3 weeks long, and I can get all my food, all my gear, everything I have here is for a 3-week trip. And I put my electronics like phone, camera, GoPro stuff in my GS case, top case, along with my maps. Okay. One of the most important things probably is, for me, is a checklist. I have a checklist that I've gone through everything that I have, that I use. This is a 3-page checklist. I know it sounds crazy when my wife says I'm anal about it, but I'm windy here today. I go through this and I actually check everything off before I go, and I got URLs of, you know, where I got stuff in case I need to get parts. It makes it easy for me to reorder parts. But this is a lifesaver. I don't tell you, you know, I even put my helmet on the checklist. I don't know how many times I've taken off and I've forgotten my gloves or I forgot something. Make a checklist, and you can categorize it. You can do it by clothing, your camping gear. You can do it by bags. I have another checklist that I've done that is broken down to the bag, so I can check each bag. But like I said, this is the most important thing you'll have. Make sure you do that. All right, let's go through the first bag. First waterproof bag. And these are by Red Veers. I hope I pronounced that right. What I have in there is all my clothes. Believe it or not, I have 3 weeks worth of clothes in here. The type of clothes I get is synthetic clothes. For example, the pants convert to shorts, so I want multi-purpose type clothes. I keep pants, shorts, all in one unit, and they're very lightweight. My socks are the same way. They're moisture, you know, they pull moisture away from your body. The underwear, same way. My shirts, everything. And the nice thing about the synthetic, it's small. It packs. This is one bag. And you notice I love bags. I compartmentalize everything. So one bag, 3 weeks of clothes. And there's 4 pairs of pants in here. You know, I may have to stop one time to do laundry, or maybe a couple times, but I have, I think 6 shirts in here, like 10 pairs of socks, and, you know, of course, the underwear and everything. Unbelievable. All fits in here. And like I said, what I try to get is all synthetic because it packs up light, and the pants I get are multi-purpose, so if I want to go swimming somewhere, I can unzip them, and I got a pair of swimming shorts. This is my sleeping bag. It's a cheesy sleeping bag. It's pretty cheap, but it's tiny, and it's rated to 32 Fahrenheit. If I was going somewhere a lot colder, I would definitely replace that. It fluffs out real nice. Small sleeping bag. Here's my sleeping pad. This is a regular sleeping pad. It fits my whole body. It's folded in half in here, but it does a pretty good job. blows up. It's the full length of my body, if not longer. And this is Thermarest. Also have a pillow. This is just a compressed pillow. You pop it out by unfolding it, and it fluffs up to a nice sized pillow. I carry a pair of Crocs, and I just do that because when you get done riding all day, you want to pull your riding boots off, and definitely want something to relax in. This is my towel. It's called a pack towel. It's kind of a weird material. It's like the material is something like you would use in crafting, but this towel will dry real easy. It absorbs really good. It's an excellent towel for travel. And this is a large towel. It's a pretty big towel, but you can see it's small. And I use that. It dries quick, like I said, and it's great for travel. I have another bag. This bag I put in there also. This has my liner for my Raleigh suit. Wet weather. I can throw that in. I keep it separate. I don't put it on so hot. But it's in here in case I do get wet weather. I can put it on. So that's what goes in my first bag. Alright, my second bag, I carry my tent and a couple of other things. Tent is also by the same people I use the waterproof bags, Red Viziers. Again, I hope I'm saying it right. This is probably one of the bigger items I have, and a lot of people, they'll say, "Oh, you got such a big tent for?" But I'm telling you what, when you're on the road, this is where you're going to live. This is beside your bike. You're going to be spending a lot of time in your tent, and I've had one-person tents, and I'm claustrophobic. You can't do anything. You put your gear in there, that's it. A two-person tent does a little better. But the reason why I like this tent, and I'll insert a picture of it with it up, is I can actually sit inside the tent. I can put my motorcycle in there. Or if I don't have my motorcycle in and it's raining and I want to cook, I can cook inside my tent. I have like a little mini garage. I love that. So it may not be for you. This, like I said, it's pretty big compared to some of the other tents I could have got or used before, but I love it. So enough of that. These are just tent pegs, poles that go in the bag, and then I also have a small tri-leg chair, just so I can sit down. So that's basically all goes into that bag, just those items right there. Alright, let's take the first Pantera. I use that mostly for tools and stuff, a few of the heavier items. So I'll go over that real quick. So I do have a winch, and this is new to me, but I take this with me. A lot of people, why do you need a winch? Just pull the bike out. Well, when you get my age and you get stuck, sometimes this thing's a lifesaver. I've seen people use it before, and you can easily get yourself out of something that one person cannot do by themselves. Now, if I'm traveling with a group of people, I won't take this. I'll leave it home. But if I'm doing a solo trip like I'm going to do when I go to Colorado, I will take this with me. Just for the fact, because if I get stuck by myself and I can't get myself out, this is a lifesaver. Okay, so I do take that. Like I said, I like to use bags. I have a bag. This has all the winch parts in it. Has the control, the cables, the straps that I would use for the winch. And you can get these bags at Walmart. They come in, it's $5, and they come with a small, medium, and a large bag. I think this is the medium. This is the I think this is the medium, small, and a green one's a large. For $5, you can't beat it. And you put everything in there. Makes it easy later on when you pull something out and you need it. You just grab the one bag. Okay, this bag I have. Open it up. I have things like duct tape. Can't go wrong. I carry a small multimeter. If you have electrical issues. Here I have a thing called Stop and Go mini air compressor. As you know, if you're going on and off road, you'll want to let air out of your tire. You can put it back in with that. I carry a tire plug kit, some WD-40. Those are just tools that I take along with me. I also made my own toolkit because the BMW toolkit that comes with it is really worthless. So I made my own tool. I have tie straps, electrical tape, things like that you'll need. All the various tools that work on this particular motorcycle are in here. So I could, do everything I need to do on that motorcycle being by myself. I also carry a Gerber. Acts as pliers. It has knife on it. The knife I use when I eat. So one tool for multiple purposes. So I don't carry like another knife for eating. I use this one. Let's see. I carry a hose to siphon for gas. I use that for my stove because I can use the gas from the bike to fuel the stove. So I use it for that, or if run into somebody that has an issue with gas, I can get them some gas. I carry two fuel canisters for my stove. And like I said, I can run the fuel from my bike to run those. I carry bear spray. Normally I wouldn't, but my wife insists, so I do carry it. I have a first aid kit, and I carry 2 ratchet type tie downs. The reason I like these, if you do have to change a tire and it's hard to get a bead, you can wrap this around the tire ratchet and it'll pop that tire in for you. Also, just if you get in a tight spot, you can use this, and you got a place to pull yourself out, you can use this instead of the winch. Comes in handy. So I carry 2 of those with me. So that's all that goes into that canister. I got plenty of room still left in there. All right, let's go over the other side of my pant here. Stuff I take. I have my my pot and pan. I just replaced my old one, so this is a new one for me. I haven't used it yet, but comes with a couple of plates, a couple of cups. I got a lighter in here. I threw in a spoon. I'll actually take one of these cups out when I go because it's only me. And what I will do is I have some spices. I'll take that and I'll put that in there. And this little spoon fork. I don't have a knife. Like I said, I use a Gerber. So problem with this is trying to get it back in there, right? I try to get it where they're both in. And put the top back on. It's amazing the stuff that they have now, and how light it all is. So that's that. Spices. Carry a stove. This is my stove. Folds out like this. I won't get into the details of it. This is a new one. I haven't used this one yet. This is replaced my old one, and but it's really small and compact. That's why I got it. Also, I have a repair kit in here for it, which I do take because on my old one I had the O-rings go out on me before, and it's not like thinking you're going to have dinner and you're not because your stove doesn't work. So I take the repair kit with me. It doesn't weigh that much. Let's see, bags again. I love these bags. See, these are the ones I'm talking about. You get a medium, a larger one, and then a small, and they're at Walmart for $5. You can't beat it. Like in this one I have all my toiletries. You see, I carry toothpaste, Q-tips, my soaps. I have a biodegradable soap. It's made for camping. Some hand sanitizer, dental floss. I take, for example, like Tylenol, and I take ibuprofen. If you've been on the road all day, ibuprofen's great. So I just take these little tiny things like this. This here is Afterbite. This comes in handy. I've been riding before and had a bee hit me right in the neck. Stung me. I wish I would have had that then. And I just fill these extra little containers of whatever fluid I need, you know, like shampoo. But I use a biodegradable stuff. You can get it online. I think it's called Camp Suds or something like that. And I put my toiletries in like that if that's all I need. And that works out great. And I keep a couple of extras with me. So like this one here I use, this is a little bit bigger. I use this for my dirty laundry. I carry a cord if you need to hang something or tie something. Cord's handy. I have this too. This is really super light, and it's called a kitchen sink. It'll hold 10 liters. This is awesome. The thing pops out and it makes a little sink about this big. Go down to the creek, fill your water in there, and come back. You can use it to wash dishes. You can use it to, you know, for wash your face or whatever. And then I have wipies. You can get all these wipies. You can get it at Walmart. They're biodegradable, and these are great. You know, I take those like after a long ride. Wipe your face and arms and hands. Also, if you have to use a restroom, those things come in handy. I do carry toilet paper, and I put them in Ziploc bags, a couple rolls. Also, I don't like to use my my motorcycle gloves to do any, you know, labor type work. So if I'm picking up wood or chopping some wood or something, I just bring a pair of work gloves. These are some new ones that I threw in there. I also have this. It's called PackSafe. This is really cool. This will go around my wet gear bag, and I can lock it to my bike. It's a wire mesh. It wraps around my bag, and I can lock it. Just in case, like, if I do have to go somewhere where I have to leave my bike unintended, and I can't carry my bags in with me, this is handy. If I'm doing strictly off-road and there's nobody around, I won't take this. But like in this trip I'm doing, there might be a couple of times I'll be in a, you know, a populated area, and I might want to run into Walmart, you know, redo supplies, or maybe I'm doing laundry. I'll use this to secure my bag. I do carry one light with me, and I actually have it on. This thing is awesome. It's LED, and it's really high, powerful, you know, bright light, and you can see a couple of different settings. So I do carry that with me. It's a little heavy, but I really like it, so I got that. I also have regular head light, digital, and this is great for like working on your motorcycle at night or walking around in the woods. Let's see here. I do have a small shovel I take. This is tiny. You're not going to do any major digging, but it's great for like clearing out your tent area, or if you do have to go potty and you need to dig a hole out in the wilderness, there you go. So you have that. I also, let's see, I carry a small little axe. I replaced the cover with this little cheesy thing here because the one it comes with is huge, and I don't want to waste the space. This is really sharp. You're not going to chop down a tree, but, you know, hey, this is good for next to the campfire. And you can use this end as a hammer for your tent pegs. Take that. This is my favorite tool here. This comes in so handy. If you need to saw through some wood, I'm telling you, this thing is, instead of just taking, I know a lot of people take these collapsible saws. This thing here will just eat through whatever you're sawing through. You can do a pretty good sized log with this thing. And it's light, folds up, it's compact, and you don't have that big old saw with you. So I take that. The other thing I take is, I do take a water filter, and if you're just doing a road trip, you're not going to be anything off-road, you don't need this, but I take this with me, and I'll be like in the back country, so there's going to be a few days where I won't be near any water, so I'll be getting water from a creek. So if you're going to have to do that, you definitely want some way to purify your water. If you're close enough to town and you can fill up jugs before you go out, then that's great. You may not need this. So So like I said, some of the stuff you don't need. You can easily get away with. I could get away without having this because I have this. But I do like to sit in the tent at night and do my convert my videos, or download my pictures or look at them. And this is just kind of helpful. I do carry a notebook with me. I do a Mac Air because it's really thin and small, and it has an excellent battery life, 8 to 10 hours. And what I do, I use that to put all my video and my photos on, and then I transfer it to a hard drive also. So I do carry that with me, plus my camera gear and my GoPros, and a few other little electronics. I won't get into all that because that's not interesting, but it all fits in there and no problems. So hopefully this gives you some good insight how I pack and how you will probably pack. You may pack totally different. Of course, I have my food too. I'm not going to bring that out because I usually get most of that before I go. And I put that in my top case because it's pretty light. It's all freeze-dried type foods. Pour the water in the bag and let it simmer type stuff. But anyways, hope you enjoyed, and you have questions, let me know. Like I said, the biggest thing for me is having that packing list, and just go over it every time. Don't assume you have everything. Double check it before you go. I always, before I started doing that, forgot something. All right.